I've been collecting vinyl for about a year now, and I want to share my passion with the world. This is a beginner's guide to handling, maintaining, and looking after your record collection. I'm going to be using the Sony PS-LX310BT, a fully automatic turntable that blends the charm of classic vinyl playback with the convenience of modern wireless technology. Designed with ease of use in mind, it features one-step auto playback. The tone arm automatically lowers, finds the groove, and begins playing at the press of a button. Once the record finishes, the tone arm returns to its resting position. A standout feature of the PS-LX310BT is its Bluetooth connectivity, allowing wireless streaming to compatible speakers, headphones, or other devices, making it easy to enjoy your records without being tied down by cables. The Sony PS-LX310BT offers excellent value for its money. They go for £200 on most major online retailers. High-end record players, not including surround sound systems, can cost up to £1,500, so it's really important that you select a decent record player when you're a beginner. If you're only just starting out, I would suggest a cheaper alternative, such as the Denon DP29F, which goes for around £100. Personally, I would avoid using suitcase record players as they're quite tatty and usually low quality. When removing a record from its sleeve, it's essential to avoid touching the main body. This is known as the recorded section, where the grooves are located. Contact with this area can cause smudges, scratches, and it will just damage your record. Always handle your records by the outermost area. This is called the lead-in area, and is not affected by any grooves with music. It's used by the stylist to lead into the actual song, so it's completely safe to touch. The key component in ensuring longevity of your collection is ensuring that you maintain it well. Dust can build up on the vinyl, which will actually damage the recorded section. It is important to keep the dust cover down whilst your turntable is on. I would always recommend to clean both the A and the B side of your vinyl before putting it onto your turntable. To do so, sit the tone arm above the lead-in area. This will cause your record to turn without making connection with the stylus. Gently hold your cleaning brush along the record in the direction of the grooves and leave it there for 5 seconds. Once the record is clean, you're all good to go. You can pick up a vinyl cleaning brush from anywhere between £10 to £20, depending on the quality. It's also important to know that this same rule applies for any kind of vinyl. Today, I'm handling a 12-inch vinyl, which spins at 33 RPM. Other sizes of vinyl include the 7-inch, which spins at 45 RPM. The difference between the two is that the 12-inch vinyl is much bigger. They contain full albums, whilst 7 inches are much smaller and they often only contain singles. If you know vinyl, you are definitely aware of the unwritten rule when storing your records. Never stack them horizontally. Records cost a lot of money now. You should be proud of your collection and you want to keep it in the best condition as you possibly can. And hey, in the long run, you might even want to sell some of your vinyl if it gets rare. To prevent your records from warping, stand them up against each other. I use a record storage box, allowing me to lock my records away and also transport them between different locations. My granddad also holds a passion for vinyl, so I take my collection to his house when I see him. My storage box keeps my collection completely safe throughout the bumpy ride down to Devon. Record storage boxes can be picked up for about £40 on most online retailers. If you have no intentions of transporting your records, you can also just stand them vertically against a wall. This is a safe alternative and will not harm your vinyl. To go that extra step in ensuring that your vinyl collection stays in perfect condition, dust sleeves can be used to prevent any damages. These are super cheap, and you can get about 50 for £20 in your local HMV. Ideally, you want to store your records with their sleeves on. In a world where we have audio streaming services like Spotify, I think it's still important to recognise the effect of owning a physical record. I like to admire the cover art. You can see the details on the inside of the album that most people wouldn't be able to see. You can read about the artists and their stories as well. There's something about owning a record that just builds a physical bond between you and the artist that most people wouldn't get from listening on Spotify. Engaging yourself in your own collection will really make you just want to sit there and listen to your vinyl. In addition, a huge part of working a record player is manual, fun, and nostalgic for the older generation. Plus, the audio quality is just so much nicer. On really high-end record players, you can tell where each band member is standing if you stand in the center of your room. So those are the basics of looking after your record collection. I really hope this got you interested in the world of vinyl, and if it did, I'm going to give you 3 recommendations to start your collection off. Noel Gallagher is my favourite guitarist of all time. His 2015 LP, Chasing Yesterday, features a 12-inch record with classics like Riverman and The Ballad of the Mighty Eye. Songs of a Lost World by The Cure is also a very solid album. This is a limited edition picture vinyl. I would recommend this album to collectors who thrive on deep, emotional melodies like the ones sung by Robert Smith on Songs of a Lost World. Finally, Gorillaz features a mix of alternative rock and hip-hop. Led by the lead singer of Blur, Damon Albarn, Gorillaz is a perfect album to listen to after a long day browsing the vinyl section at your nearest HMV. I'm always willing to help out, and if anyone has any vinyl recommendations for me to add to my own collection, please let me know. And that is a beginner's guide to handling, using, and maintaining your record collection.